Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control, and today's quest is Horizon Zero Dawn. We keep getting endgame flags. Last time, we voyaged into All-Mother, I guess, and heard Gaia's last plea to shut off Hades, the Master Override, before reintroducing Gaia's systems. If we even can repair Gaia at this point. Well, at least we know we can stop Hades. That's something. I think, at this point, 3 more episodes, probably. This, the Siege of Meridian, and the inevitable last end flag thing they're gonna do. So, here we go. Nah. First things first. Don't you know?
Logging arrivals. Shan Margot.
Welcome to Frozen Hell. Population 10.
11 counting Gaia.
Don't count your chicken embryos before they incubated, hon. She's still firing up. It'll be a while before you eat that omelet.
I'm vegan, Travis. You'd think we'd worked in the same secret base long enough for you to notice.
We weren't scheduled to shack up here for another 3 weeks. You realize I just lost 350 kilos of pre-code smut comics in transit.
Wait,
how terrible.
Actual physical media? Why didn't you have it digitized?
You can't beat the feel of physical media on your fingers. And here we ain't gonna be touching a whole lot else. Figured I was gonna pass the time archiving them. What about you?
Me? Work, I guess. My task queue stretches out for like 3 years. There's a lot of sharp edges to round off. After that, I hadn't really thought about it.
Oh, you will. You're what, 30? Reckon you'll be the one turning the lights off at the end. Food for thought, huh, vegan?
That's a
This
lonely
sucks
thought.
forever.
Nah, not forever. Just the rest of your life.
I don't like Travis. I don't even feel like that's, had a line to say. Dude struck me as a little sexist with how he was coding Hades. Do it right this time, darling, or we're gonna have to do it all again. Shut up. I don't know if I was talking to Silence or Travis there. Both! You both suck. You are both the suck. Wouldn't be the first time I fell to my death. Okay. Here we go. I am feeling a rumbling in the controller. I think shit's gonna go down pretty quickly. So that was 19 years ago. Aloy's 19, and she's done all this. God damn. Way to make me feel like the underachiever, huh?
Guess that's my way across.
That could have... That's not a best way across.
It's, held like this for 19 years, right?
Well,
Don't answer.
Yeah. Just believe it'll hold a little longer. Gotta tell yourself that. Goddamn. Good thing you're awesome.
Glad that's over.
I wouldn't let my guard down just yet.
Not this way. Maybe further up the shaft.
I'm expecting power cores. I want my goddamn shield weaver armor. It was so bullshit to make me collect those cores. Few and far between, and then just to make me do it again. Have you no sympathy? Gorilla, that was mean. You know that was kind of mean. Oh, I saw one data point.
All enclosed by rock and metal.
Why aren't my cubes popping up on my compass to indicate these?
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper.
Not even a
in
bang.
caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders, and lottery winners, and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific. None of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself, to a quiet planet, a barren sphere. Just Gaia and her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
Margot. Oh, sad. And Gaia died. And things are sad.
Evacuation happened so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Pake I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Peridiceity zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... well, he died alone. And I didn't get the bloody birds of paradise saved either. All the time left in the world now to think. Gaia Prime's logs are sealed. Elysium sealed up, safe and sound. A distance of miles, but it might as well be on the other side of the galaxy. All the betas and gammas and support staff living their lives. If I hadn't been an alpha, if things had gone differently, I could have been there. Instead, I'm spending the rest of my unnatural life in here with people I don't even like. And without the one I would have gladly spent my life with. Given the chance. 2 hours since I signed off on the final executables and I'm already a bitter old man bitching to his focus. There's a thought for future generations.
Okay, I need someone to make me laugh like right the fuck now. I need to stop going down this rabbit hole. I need to find the override and just get out of here. To stop listening to these. I could just stop. Other players, I know players who would have just sped on through. But that ain't me. I try to respect the lore of any game I'm playing, even if it's like just cartoony and goofy. I feel like it's important to know how things progress. The logical way in which it's all organized. And where are those damn power cores?
Elizabeth's room. I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Good point. Audio. Are these gonna, like, actually turn into things as I complete the game? That would be cool.
Elizabeth. What is this?
The shrine.
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility.
Oh.
Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside.
Elizabeth volunteered, didn't she?
I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Now who I signed up for?
Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes.
She's already out there.
You don't think?
Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal.
Is she in the Shield Weaver?
Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So, happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz,
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
Elizabeth.
that was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobek. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
Yeah. Kind of are. I'll talk to Silence in a minute.
You'd hate it, Liz, but I wrote you a eulogy. I had to try to express all your children. After all Apollo has taught them, they'll think they know everything. But they have to understand what you did for them. How you loved the whole world so much. With an intensity that was dazzling. Bruising. And in the end, it killed you. Or you died for it. Different perspectives. No one could keep up with you, live up to you. I don't know, maybe if I hadn't taken that postdoc in Joburg. I'm glad you shot down the Lightkeeper protocol in the end. I don't think I could have taken seeing another one of you. I mean, Elizabeth Sobek. There's only one. I miss you.
My mommy was a badass.
Look, Liz, you're a pretty stand-up gal. I'm sorry you died. If you had a home to go to, I hope you got there first. But this monument Ronson's made to you? Kinda creepy if you ask me. Rest in peace, Liz. God knows you earned it.
Ted Farah.
Hell, Liz. I know you're never gonna hear this. That's not the point. You got to play the savior and the martyr all at once this time. Great work.
That's it? Douche. It's over here.
Hello, Margot. How are you holding up?
Dr. Ronson, I've been getting a lot of messages, unsolicited messages from Ted.
Margot, I'm sorry. With Liz gone, we've got no one to run interference with him. I'll talk to Ted. He mostly wants updates, constant updates, hundreds of updates on things he knows nothing about. Liz used to field all of his crap.
He doesn't understand the systems at all. That was kind of by design. But he's getting pretty sketchy with me.
We just have to keep him happy. Liz always said keep him happy.
Are you kidding? You ever hear how she talked to him?
She was managing him, Margot.
I mean, maybe I should ignore him. He's buried in his pyramid with the Hola Hola girls and Panta Antimod cuckoos. What can he do?
More like, what did he do?
All right. Let's start over from Eleuthia 1.
Running integrity tests. Dr. Brochard Klein. May I speak outside protocol?
I suppose so. There's no one to stop you.
Doctor, you are fatigued. You have been logging abnormal sleep cycles. Are you suffering from depression?
Well, I am trapped in a science facility for the rest of my life. How about you?
In a time slice of a quadrillion operating cycles, 10,000 are involved with processing the loss of Dr. Sobek. I have considered quarantining these processes. Do you think that would be wise?
I'm not a psychologist, Gaia, or an AI scientist. No. It is natural. At least in the context of the work you and I have accomplished, which begs the meaning of the term natural. She was your creator, the patron saint of this crazy endeavor, Our Lady of the Fervent Hypothetical.
Even assuming a string of significant failure combinations, Zero Dawn's chances of success are greater than the hypothetical.
It's called a manner of speech, Gaia. Take a note.
Yeah. You gotta deal with your shit, man. Can't just let it build up.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to say this to you for a long time.
Can't you just for one moment stop calculating and let yourself feel? She sacrificed herself for her friends, for the future, for life on Earth. Doesn't that stir anything in you? The generosity of it.
You're trying to invest her decision with something magical. It was a rational choice, not based on sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel.
Exactly.
To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
Damn, I wish I'd been paying better attention. Home. I don't know. Does that mean something more than what it sounds like?
What are we gonna plug into their heads, Les? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not pablum, Les. It's poison.
What did you do, Ted?
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored. You found the control room.
I'm on my way.
Oops. Thank God that was there. Would not want the adventure to end so... just... unceremoniously and stupid. Could totally happen that way in real life. You could invest so much and then just fall off a cliff at an awkward angle. But I won't let that happen to Aloy if I can help it.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By. Subtraction. I can make a better list. With a single stroke. Make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
For real.
Continue.
We gotta know. But Ted, you shouldn't have done it. Whatever it was. I'm sure you shouldn't have done it. He's trying to erase what he did. As if he could. Where's the path I need to be following here? Not. Whenever that prompt comes up, I think there's something else I can poke. of attention.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the alphas were in there.
And they're all over the floor right now. Be right back, because I saw this room. They wanted me to ignore this room, which means there must be something special. Or not. I really thought the power core was there. Really thought. Okay. Sorry about that.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm
Ted.
you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the sense system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. And what I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
Ted, it doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
Sacrifice.
You idiot!
It's not a sacrifice, it's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard! Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Always fucking sound logic, you asshole. Then you suffocated them. God! All to cover up your shit! For the innocents! Not just to erase your misdeed. Fuck you! The general owned up to what he did. You hid from it!
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring.
And that could have been prevented.
Achieved. All the knowledge of the old ones evaporated, turned to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
Only if we make it count. Pharaoh, you bastard! All those hopes and dreams. Prettying it up. Prettying up the slaughter. Fuck you!
It's so small.
Yeah,
All you have
for
to
real.
do is kill him.
Oh, you make it sound so easy. Claimed one master override. Yeah. Right. Knowledge is a gift. It's only people like you, Ted.
Sound good?
Try not to
Make
fall
it
to
into
your
something
death.
that's not.
The master override doesn't override gravity.
You know, just once you could have concern for my life just because you would, I don't know, care that I died. Oh well. We got him just slightly to accept the necessity of humanity. Baby steps, I suppose. Power cell.
Good. Another power cell. If I find more, I should be able to get to that ancient armor I found.
Yeah. I have a feeling I missed them. 2 more, and we're practically at the end game. I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. Beep. I think I did not go the right way. Oh, I can go back. Good. Elizabeth did everything in her power to make sure you didn't go down the bad guy, and then you had to go down on the bad guy anyway, because you're a dumbass. You were not worth the trouble. He should have just...
You're here.
For a moment,
What?
our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the Eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered such knowledge you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the Eclipse, helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Figured as much.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian, the Spire. Now why would that be?
I knew that looked like a boss arena.
Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva?
Minerva.
Yeah.
It's code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems.
We put the master up right
Hades
there.
wants to send a new transmission to wake the machines so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse, the robots they've resurrected, they're just a means to an end An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus, recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jewel.
So you thought it was a Titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography, who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much.
And didn't we discuss how you should have cared to avoid this whole thing?
And the Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the Eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot with my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed.
For real.
I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus. and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nor Mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
He has not been trying to make up for his mistakes. Let's not even lie to ourselves.
The things you've done in the pursuit of knowledge, Silence, pure recklessness.
Aloy, this wasn't a confession to elicit your judgment.
Unbelievable.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
Well, if that's the last we see of you, I will not shed any tears. Eat a dick.
I traveled far to find you. I heard your transmission. It was you, wasn't it?
Entity is not known.
I'm called Silence, and you are. I don't think you'd have called out if it wasn't something you wanted. You called, I responded. Will you tell me your name?
Hades.
You are a creation of the ancients. A war machine?
Define timeline.
Time. Ah. It is the 13th king of the Karja Saddam's reign.
Define Karja.
We're getting ahead of ourselves. Were you created by the ancients? I wonder how long you waited here, buried, until I chanced upon you. How long you'd have to wait for another. You're obviously very powerful, but you're not going to get anywhere without me.
Titan Flame merely houses intellect. Define Karja.
Now that's more like it. They're coming.
Preparations are complete.
Ah, Lucent Bahavas. Behold, as I promised you. What manner of great machine is this? I've never seen such a thing.
Stay! Stay your ground, Karja in shadow.
Incorrect. Bow before the buried shadow.
The buried shadow, I don't understand.
Did Araman understand the glint hawk that perched upon the alight?
It speaks scripture.
Araman followed the shadow cast from the spire.
To the mesa where Holy Meridian was founded.
You will follow the shadow once more.
I am a righteous man, chosen of the sun. But in times of need, the powers of shadow can accomplish what the sun alone cannot. Will you return to us what is ours, O shadow of prophecy?
An army is required. Obey, and Meridian is yours.
Of our obedience you can be certain.
Task is complete.
Yes. The focus network is active. built to your specifications. Check it yourself if you must. I'll wait. But I remind you of the reward you've been withholding. Quantum processing.
Data has been compiled. Volume too great for transfer.
How inconvenient for me.
Come before me. You shall receive your reward.
Very well.
Helis. Threat detected inside Eclipse.
Speak its name, O Shadow, and it will die.
You will eliminate this one. Silence.
Silence. Yes. A truth whispered at night is seen in the day. He was never one of us. It will be done.
Okay. I saw there was only one more audio data point. Can't wait to find it. My spear's a lance now. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. It's my taser stick. It's from Infamous all over again. The Looming Shadow. Hades intends to use the Spire to transmit a resurrection signal, calling millions of buried war machines from their graves. When the time comes, Aloy must stand against the Shadow, but she will not fight alone. All the people from all the side quests will come to my aid. What's this one? Dang. That's one I missed, for sure. Oh, I got all the holograms. Only 4 texts left. Could be anything. And the world will just add more world building. Same with glyphs. I'm definitely gonna go searching for those after I end the series.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike.
Yeah.
After what happened with Derval, I know he'll defend the city. But the Spire...
Yeah. How far out do you need to go before I can fast travel? I might just speed this one right to the end. I said I was gonna do that last time. Wouldn't have been able to do it last time. I could probably... Just wrapped inspection of Gaia Prime site. Construction is well underway. Reactor installed. Plans for control room remind me of Starship Bridges on those cheesy old SF vids. Living spaces for Alpha's already completed. Prefab modules. Fingers crossed we never have to seal ourselves in here. Not that Elysium sounds much better. Spent last week at the Bryce site, designing Zero Dawn project labs. Drawing up protocols. The base we were repurposing was huge. Plenty of room for workspaces and residence blocks. The work crew's already set up at my office/lab. I'm not a fan of the glass wall. Guess Murray's intention was to ensconce me as an all-seeing presence. Opposite effect. Makes me feel watched on display, tempted to paint it over. Harris recorded his presentation yesterday. Suitably bleak. Scheduled to record mine Friday. This is Elizabeth. As soon as reception, lounge, hall of theaters, and first residence block at Zero Dawn site are finished, we'll start processing the candidates being held outside Tutson. 27 already. Extraction teams prioritizing Pac Rim and Aussie candidates. How scared and confused they must be, snatched off the street, carted across the world, held in cells. Here's hoping they understand once they see the bigger picture. Going to catch a few hours sleep here, then fly back to the Zero Dawn site. Harris promised delivery of QB lattices by noon. Expect Mark 1 will take 2 weeks to machine, assemble, and test. I aim to launch Gaia at 0.6 T grounding. From there I'll spin her up past 1.0 T. Wonder how long it'll take to break the 1.38 T record. MIE can go hang. Sleep. I'm a little tired too, so I think I captured the voice. Okay. Steady old boy. Hold on. And make more potion. Okay. So is that just gonna... Dude, really? No. Just no. Alright, how close can I get? So after a certain amount of time, fragments are just gonna start getting restored. Cool. Yeah, if Silence was trying to make up for his mistakes, he'd be helping us even now to fix the error he made. He just got the knowledge he wanted and now he's gone. That's it. End of story. Whatever. And at this point...
She didn't even hesitate. She stood between the assassin and our Sun King.
Yeah, she did.
I love this bit.
If Silence comes back in one heroic moment, I'm scarcely gonna believe it. Dude was a douche. Grade A. Fucking A. Do I have any other quests active? I doubt it. I've been thorough. Yep. This is it. This is endgame. Let's do it. What's up?
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. Helis commands a legion of fanatics called the Eclipse. They will attack soon from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them. God, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Aaron knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the City Guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused.
Yeah.
If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now,
just don't...
It
yeah,
will take time to
like
prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
And we should give you time to, let your mind soften from the blow.
Have you spoken to Blameless Murad?
Not yet, but I will.
He wishes to speak to you.
Got it. I thought I was gonna tell you stuff. I guess I did off screen. Whatever. Rod. You turned out not to be a bad guy. I apologize for my rudeness.
Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses and at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
Yay!
For me.
Don't be so humble.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire.
Ooh.
They have resisted the offer of a royal order.
Right, Sona. Sona and Varl.
Parley with them.
I will.
Absolutely.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the City Guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before.
Oseram?
The Oseram cannon that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it.
Another
Otherwise,
endgame flag.
I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
If sleep comes. Yeah. That's a good question. Fuck it, I'm speeding through the end. They keep giving me endgame flags. What is this, Elizabeth? Did another one come while I was... Oh, that's Gaia. Okay. Last time I visited Prime was November of last year. Months since have been a blur. Flew out last night to oversee installation of the central armature and the master override, you're welcome, Ted, which was completed by 0430. So I decided to grab a few hours of sleep here before heading back to Zero Dawn. Called Gaia before I bedded down, ostensibly to update her on the site plan, but the truth is, I missed her. I've developed a habit of speaking to her before I sleep. Seems to be the only thing that calms me these days. Woke to a message from Oswald. The Odyssey launched yesterday, so terrestrial life's chance of survival has doubled. Why then do I feel so uneasy? I just keep wondering what kind of world Far Zenith will create if the ship reaches its destination so many decades from now. And I worry about the alpha build of Apollo. So much knowledge, so few restraints, and no failsafes? How will they avoid repeating our mistakes? What's to stop them from playing God? Just had to have faith, which Ted did not. Forwarded the Odyssey message to the Alphas. Naoto replied in less than a minute, with a poem, of course, The Building of the Ship by Longfellow, and it's long, alright. I didn't read all of it, but it seems to be about launching a ship rather than building one. This stanza for couplet, or whatever, leapt out at me. Humanity, with all its fears, with all its hopes of future years, is hanging breathless on thy fate. Yeah, Odyssey and Zero Dawn both. Speaking of which, I should get back to Zero Dawn. Guess I should stop by Naoto's lab and check on Demeter's progress too. If I can get out of there without a volume of Tennyson pressed into my hands, I'll count myself lucky. Till next time. Yeah, I gotta talk to everybody who's doing stuff before I sleep. I wanna know what the his house is. That's rest. That's the ridge, and that's the spire. Okay. I can always edit out the run. Hello! That was... What?
A moment of your time, Outlander?
I already gave you all the things. And then you gave me crap loot boxes. Well, we didn't have that perfect setup, but humanity still survived. We're kinda badass in that way. Other reason I'm walking is I'm interested to see if any of the documents repair while I do it.
Yesterday's gone.
Heela's shouting at Silence, "Traitor!" when before he was like, "Ah, a whisper in the night, he was never one of us. You just say whatever shit suits you." Make up the justifications later.
Couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
Polish that armor with it?
Of course.
Isn't that a little...
once again leads the Hunter's Lodge. I could not ask for a more...
Hey, Ted.
Out with it, woman.
Forget I said anything. You look very dignified.
Where are you two?
And shiny.
There we go.
Very shiny.
Hi.
Little Huntress. You called, so here I am.
Ready to fight?
Fight? I thought you just wanted tea and conversation. Is there a battle coming? I wasn't informed.
Well, that can't be true. You're always informed.
So I am. We've only met a few times, and yet you know me so well.
I don't think I know you at all. But I'd like to.
Aww.
When I hear that line, it usually means something else. Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
Yeah. I've been waiting for this fight my whole life. The enemy we face today is the same that turned Meridian into a slave pit and Sunfall into a bloodbath. Fanatics who torture and murder mothers, fathers, families, children, and say it's the will of the sun. I hate them, Aloy. I've got the scars of their whips on my back to prove it. And today, we can get rid of them once and for all.
Yay!
I said I came for you, but that was only half the truth. I came for them. This time, they're not getting away.
Okay, just have a plan for after, you know.
Together. And I won't forget it, little huntress. Tomorrow, may the sun rise in a better world.
Yeah, I'm with that. Just, yeah, have a plan for after. Don't just let revenge be your only driving motivation on this one, huh? So, Teb,
Sunhawk of the Hunter's Lodge.
You've got a thing over your head. What's up?
I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry, I'll leave that to the other Nor at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
Never tell me the odds.
She didn't need to.
Yes.
I know we can do this, Teb.
Lie. It's good.
There are no shadows.
Actually, she had disproportionate faith in just one girl. So, guess she said they were good. Hi, Elizabeth. Halloween. Travis came by trick-or-treating dressed up like me. Should have seen that coming. I gave him a half-eaten pack of dandy wafers as a treat and kicked him out. But not before he invited me to some kind of Italian horror extravaganza he organized for Zero Dawn staff. Seriously, as though there isn't enough horror in the world already. Anyway, I was already scheduled to fly out here to G Prime for final inspections with Harris and the President's delegation. Ted was here too, and he was not looking good, kept fidgeting and couldn't seem to look me in the face without blinking. I was relieved when he boarded his vert and flew back to Thebes. Though I guess I shouldn't complain. If he wants to build himself a deluxe shelter to ride out the apocalypse, let him. Keeps him out of Elysium and away from me. Harry struck around long enough to give me a detailed briefing on the strategic situation. Basically, we've engaged the terminal phase, as though the color of the sky when I was flying over here wasn't clue enough. Another 2 or 3 weeks, and the atmosphere won't be breathable. The last vestiges of European and West African Civ brigades are trapped with their backs against the Atlantic. The swarm that scuttled across Antarctica is crossing the Straits of Magellan, about to start its death crawl up South America towards the Amazon. All the work we did to reconstitute the rainforest, and it comes to this. And the advanced elements of the Pacific swarms are already skirmishing with units on the Kalmar seawall. The noose is tightening. Projections show we can still finish in time, but the margin of error is plus or minus 10 days. Not a good spread. If the plague breaks through ahead of schedule, well, it just can't. I will not let that happen. Enough writing. I need to get back to Zero Dawn. We'll be soon. Who's over here? Petra!
Petra!
Hi!
Here she is, the guest of honor.
And you have a new
I knew there was
Splody-Doo.
something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murad asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Ostrom, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges. So I've taken greater pride in improving them.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. How about it then? The target should put up a little less of a fight than those bandit raiders did.
Yeah, I'm not picky. Explosions, explosions. Where the...
It hits nice and wide. No need to aim it like a bow.
What is that target made out of that's still standing? What are those? Oh, I spooked some striders. Whoops! I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to just toss it on the ground like that.
Range is good. Try the next.
Thanks, Petra. Wait. There's the one. Also, you must have a sick amount of ammo for this.
See? That'll knock a machine on its ass, ancient or no.
Hell yeah.
With these, I think we could hold off an army.
Beautiful.
You know that I appreciate your help, Petra. This battle, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll see each other again, I know it. Next time could be the time I'll convince you to stick with the free heap.
Petra, you know
I do. Always had a weakness for restless girls, though.
I'm not sure where my path takes me after all this. Wow. These things are insane. You can weather an onslaught of that crazy-ass gun, but you get felled to the lance. Or maybe the lance is just that badass at this point. I don't know. Well, at any rate. Who else do I need to talk to, huh? Who dat? Nil. Nil! Oh my god, I didn't even make the connection. You're here! Hi!
Nil?
Hey. They told me her name. I said hair like a splash of blood, tenacious as a scrapper's jaws. I've thought about what you said. Every time, the wound you gave me caught on my ribs.
But I didn't wound you.
Not by metal.
I tried not to.
I forgive. A duel is such a fleeting joy. If one of us had ended the other, we'd have missed all this. The weight before blood is shed. Like the scrape of a blade across your teeth.
Nil, you're making it difficult to be glad to see you. But you're needed. The battle will be hard.
Hard? I was assured the odds would be near impossible.
And you signed up anyway?
Impossible odds, fine company, killing without consequence. How could I resist?
Oh dear god. Oh dear god, you are too many players I've met. Well, better you're here than on the Shadows side, I suppose. So, in that, I'm happy to see you again. Just, you know, just don't be you. Okay?
Isn't that how many men do you think you'll kill in the battle, Infid?
Geneva, they called you back to duty.
So, you're the one behind all this commotion. Who made Sun King Avad finally show his sword arm from behind those robes?
A king can be fierce and fair, Geneva. He's a good man.
A smart man, too. He had Murad offer all my prisoners a royal pardon if they'd fight for Meridian. The whole motley lot of them agreed. Didn't take much convincing.
With your kind of convincing, I don't doubt it.
Ha! This time I went easy on them. Those who commit the crime of attacking Meridian, they'll see less of my lenient side. May the sun blaze at your back, Aloy.
Thanks.
Nakoa, you came to fight.
How could I not? During the Red Raids, there was only one Karja Butcher the Nora feared more than Zaid.
Helis.
I would stand against any army he leads, no matter how strong. For the Nora he terrorized, for myself, and for my father.
We'll stop him. You have my word.
Your word means a lot, especially now. Because of you, I hear the sacred land is opened. If we win, I can go home. It'll be good to see Jan again.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Aloy. Until the end.
Nakoa. Oh, you gonna make me cry. Also, I'm so sorry. I just need to check the Manu spear. It has some lightning damage now. Don't call it Silence's lance. It's Aloy's lance now. Don't want to hear Silence's name again. Unless he does some serious fucking personality adjustment. Lukey,
That's
the
a
leader.
nice spear, Infid.
Thank you.
I like the way you grip it.
Enough, woman.
Go on. Darn, it was over. I was
You're the
interested.
hunter from the Banuk Grove.
I remember you also, Nora. The machines shook free of their slumber after you arrived. Raged and fought.
That wasn't my fault.
No, I'm thanking you. That night, I decided I would not go back to Banur. I would take my hunt into these lands. So many machines, even demons. Spidery, skittering, without the blue light in them. Dead things that must be killed again.
Our enemies dug up an army of them.
An army? Yes, that's why I came. Good. I'll wait.
So many psychos coming to aid me.
Elita, I'm pleased to see you, but what are you doing here?
I'm helping prepare for the battle. If Atral were here, we would have fought together. I know it.
Wasn't he
So I'm doing
Shadow?
everything I
Well,
can.
I mean,
Digging
they were trying not to.
battlements, collecting
Yeah,
herbs.
whatever.
Anything that makes a difference.
Yeah, okay.
I can't take his place. Nothing can take his place. But I'm here for him. For both of us.
Don't
I
die up
understand
there.
what it was he saw in you.
He'll always be with me. Sun and shadow still meet for a moment. Every dawn and dusk. I should give you this. To help in the battle. By the sun, I hope you don't need it.
Thank you, Elita. Be safe.
An antidote. I was short one of those. Thank you. Wow. I made a lot of friends. Some really weird ones, but I'm happy to see you all. How many of my friends will survive this day?
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These cards are in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many. And now we are so few.
They are not our foe. Not this time.
Quiet now. She comes.
War Chief Sona.
You knew that with your back turned. You're cool.
War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land.
Understandable.
This here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Okay. What's up?
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called anointed either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed did it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time.
Ah, you charmer.
And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
Cool. I'm seeing a lot of zippy tightrope things. I definitely think I'm gonna have a big ol' fight here.
So who are these guys?
They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys dressed like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
Let's not get cocky, boys. Hey,
Yeah.
boy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
Well, that's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the vanguard?
I'm not nervous.
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right!
Nice.
You hear that? Nobody's getting past the vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Aaron. Ursa would be proud.
Only if
Hugs.
we win.
Hugs. Alright, so that crossing checklist just told me I've checked everything I need to. Always good to have a little indicator like that. Naman. Who is Naman?
O great sun, how does your gaze fall? In approval or approach? Turn our heads with your daily pilgrimage, from the east where we came, to the west where only you may go. You grant cold metal the warmth of life, and let the machines bask in your great shining. For you, the shadows shrink and part and gather again only at your allowance without form. Your eyes, the day, your ears, the priests, your lips, the radiant Sun King, as there was before and will be again, your light.
Naman, I should have known if there was gonna be a Sun Priest here, it would be you.
And if the Sun King had allowed outlanders to set foot upon the light, this Aloy could only be you. I wish the circumstances were different, or that the Psalms of the Sun could give you peace of mind. But if you'll allow me one pontification...
Go ahead.
Yeah. You've shown strength and compassion. Our enemy's only a desperate hate. Both sides claim the blessing of the sun. But the sun that I pray to, it would bestow it upon yours.
Yeah.
You know, Naman, I'm already under some pretty heavy divine pressure, but I'll try to live up to it.
The tribes united against Shadow. How could that not be the sun's will?
Well, it's certainly nice. Whatever it is. The Nora, the Asuram, and the Karja all banding together against this threat. Even a representative of the Banuk. Makes me feel nice. Who's Talana? I forget. Talana.
Talana, why are you here?
I'm your hawk. Where else would I be?
Right. My
Defending
hawk.
Meridian with
Hi.
a rod?
I leave that to the rest of the lodge. I will not stand aside while one of mine fights alone. Not again.
Are you sure you...
You're risking your life for all of us. You can't ask me to stand by and watch. Not when I have the power to change it.
Then I won't ask you.
It's settled. I will fight by your side. My only request...
Name it.
Leave the biggest machine for me.
No promises.
If you get there first. Cool. So cool. All the sandboxing I've done is really paying off, it feels like. I'm actually torn now. Should I speed through the end, or should I leave it for next time, for one big finale? Because I don't know how long it's really gonna go. I mean, I'm seeing... I don't know. Oh, it did go up. Such a close thing. It's been, what, 43 hours since Hera's warned me? Said collapse of the Eastern Line was imminent. Swarms launching some kind of pincer maneuver versus the Wichita alien. 5 or 6 days more and I think Gaia could have launched without our help, I really do. We had to scramble. Zero Dawn became a madhouse. Absolute bedlam. Every team rushing to stabilize code and lock it down as Gammas got evacuated, then Betas. Once Gaia was on her way, I gathered the Alphas together to give them the bad news. Felt like I was going to throw up, but they already knew, of course. They knew the work wasn't really finished. Close, but not quite there. Steel tests to run, kinks to smooth, work to do, so they accepted it. No Elysium for us. We'll spend the rest of our lives here, testing and polishing each subordinate function to perfection. Guess that's what you get when you recruit a bunch of obsessive perfectionists. Managed not to cry until I got back to my office. So here we are, setting up Gaia Prime, and yeah, such a close thing. Makes me feel nauseated all over again when I contemplate how the fate of life could hinge on coincidence. If I'd never proposed the Lightkeeper Protocol, there never would have been living spaces constructed here. If I'd abandoned the protocol sooner, the necessary life support systems never would have been installed. If. At least we won't have to endure the creepiness of raising and training clones of ourselves. The genetic material was never processed out of the cradle sites, so it's not even possible. For which I'm glad. I really wouldn't want to spend time around a young Travis Tate, raised by Travis Tate. No, it'll be up to us to perfect Gaia, one generation only. Update. That was General Harris. The salient has collapsed. USRC expects to be overrun in 2 days, which gives us 72 hours at best to lock down and seal up. Buried alive for life's sake. I'll go tell the others. Elizabeth. I'm gonna try to live up to what you did. Everything you tried to do. Alright. Nah. I gotta leave it for next time. I want to speed through. I want to just blitz it, get it done. I'm all hyped. I'm all happy my friends are joining me and everything, but I know it's not right. It would be like some 3-hour monstrosity. And I've already pushed my luck enough doing the 2-hour thing that I did. Goddamn, I love this thing. I have not even properly tested it out and I already love it. Okay. So, guess that's it. Nothing more to say. Next time, we defend Meridian and the Spire with our lives. And the fate of the world hangs in the balance. Not just for us, but for all life. So, 1, maybe 2 episodes left. And that's it. I can finally put this series to bed, at least until the DLC comes out. So, thank you all for tuning in. Please comment and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And remember, you all have the potential to get good. Peace out.